Hey Padres fans, it's time for a brand new Padres POV, the MLB Draft Edition. Tonight we sit down with Padres scout Sam Ray to break down the 2018 Padres draft class and what they look for when scouting new Friars. Plus, your favorite Padres players share their draft day experience and most memorable moments from draft day. And we introduce you to the Padres 2018 draft class, including the Padres first-round pick, Ryan Weathers. We have all that and more right now on a brand new episode of Padres POV. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Padres POV. I'm your host, Lisa Lane, here in our Fox Sports San Diego studios, ready to bring you a full recap of the Padres 2018 draft. So to kick things off, let's get to know the Padres' first-round draft pick, Ryan Weathers, a 6'2" lefty out of Tennessee, who was also selected as a Gatorade National Baseball Player of the Year. Check it out.
I'm David Weathers, former Major League pitcher, and we're at Loretta High School where we're going to surprise my son, Ryan Weathers, who is in the school now doing a photo shoot. We're going to bring him out where his car is being towed, and we're going to surprise him as National Gatorade Player of the Year.
Let's see.
Yeah, you're good. You can go. Pick it up. It is. Alright. Oh wow. Oh wow. Congratulations on your national. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Right now I'm feeling shocked, all the people on that list and just being a part of that. Without my teammates and without my family and most importantly God, I wouldn't be in this position.
In an early age, I could tell Ryan, I said, man, this guy's 9 or 10 years old. I said, he can start for our high school right now the way the kid hits. His dad is David Weathers, played, I think it was 19 years in the pros, right-handed relief pitcher. David taught him the fundamentals, and once he did that, and Ryan was groomed. When Ryan goes out there and throws, everybody knows we've got a good chance. Kids throwing 90 to 95, holding other teams to a batting average of under 100. Guys are not hitting a lot off of him. Every time he plays, I am a fan. Biggest thing is I sit there and I sit amazed and I thought, how can this kid do what he just did?
Ryan Weathers, of course, has an elite skill set. He ticks all the boxes: velocity, spin rate, command of the strike zone. But what really makes him special is he will not give an inch on the mound. Even if he doesn't have his best stuff, he will battle you, he will attack you, he's going to throw a pitcher's pitch, and he will not give in. That bulldog mentality of a true competitor is what sets him apart in the National Player of the Year contest.
My dad, without him showing me the ins and outs of baseball and showing me how to become a good man, I never would have had a chance of receiving this award. It doesn't stop here, my ultimate goal is still ahead of me. It's just fueling my fire to even become better. Ryan Weathers, 2017-2018 Gatorade National Baseball Player of the Year.
Congrats to Ryan Weathers and the Padres organization. San Diego over the years has proven to be a hotbed for high school baseball talent, and this year is no different. The Padres and Fox Sports San Diego played host to a special home run derby and all-star game featuring San Diego's premier high school players. Some of them were lucky enough to get their name called in this year's draft, while many others will attend college on a baseball scholarship, working towards their dream of making it to the major leagues. Let's check it out.
Here we go, boys. Stepping out on the field for the first time.
Yep. Augustine, here we go.
We're going to see beautiful Petco Park.
Growing up watching Padres games when I was younger, coming to Petco Park and seeing all the big leaguers play, and then finally playing on their field. It's really cool. Just get to be out here with a lot of people that and get to compete with the best from the county. What can be better,
Let's go!
Great feeling to be with the boys, all together as a family.
I want to come out here as a major leaguer one day and just have it be normal. But as of right now, it still feels pretty like jaw-dropping coming out into this type of field.
You come here once and you get a taste of it and you want to be here every day, you know what I mean? Like, you want this to be your job, you want to be able to walk through that tunnel, come out of the field, take BP out here every day.
I plan on getting in the draft someday, and I plan on playing here in the future, so it's really exciting. Hitting my first home run in a major league ballpark is a dream come true, yeah.
It's cool standing up there and seeing the entire backdrop and seeing some of the skyscrapers in San Diego. So, I mean, it's cool, something I probably will never forget. What's up, POV? Nice. Home run derby champ.
There's still lots more to come on Padres POV.
2017 draft ends, and literally the next week our scouts are out at these high school tournaments, starting the process for next year's draft.
We sit down in studio with Padres scout Sam Ray, and he breaks down the 2018 Padres draft class. Plus, the Padres reminisce on the day they heard their name called in the MLB draft.
My dad was a Red Sox fan, so he didn't take it all that great, but after a while he was cool with it.
But first, it's time for your Friar Fun Fact. In 1969, the Padres made their first ever draft pick, selecting first baseman Randy Elliott out of Oxnard, California. He went on to play 2 seasons for the Friars in 1972 and 1974. Don't go anywhere, Padres POV will be right back.
It's pretty special for me. I grew up in Oakland, went to Berkeley, which is 15 minutes down the road, and then got drafted by the A's. So, I've been a Bay Area guy my whole life, and, it was nice to stay at home for this first few years.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane hanging out here in our Fox Sports San Diego studios. Draft day can be an exciting and nerve-wracking time for many players. And as our own Annie Halloran found out, each Padres player had their own unique draft day experience. So Annie, I'll send it to you.
Thanks so much, Lisa. And with it being MLB Draft Week, who better to tell us about what the process is like than the guys who went through it themselves? Let's head in the clubhouse and hear from them.
The nerves are more leading up to the draft when you're trying to perform and prove that you're willing and able to be playing professional baseball. So the day of the draft, you're just kind of hoping your name gets called. And I actually had a summer college baseball game that I went to, and I asked the coach if I could keep my phone on me during BP, and that's when I got the call.
We had graduation the same night as draft day, so I saw that I got picked, went to graduation, and then ended up signing later on that night. So all those things happened on draft day for me.
I was actually down in Miami playing in a regional for college. We were just about to get on the bus to go back to the hotel after we won the game. Got the call. It was super cool. Told all the guys. We all had like a mosh pit in a little in the bus and right outside the bus. So it was really cool to celebrate with those guys who were like family to me.
I remember just having it up on the computer, and they rattled through it pretty quick, so you had to be listening, and it was a really cool experience. My dad was a Red Sox fan, so he didn't take it all that great, but after a while he was cool with it.
Didn't get drafted. I had a Tommy John surgery freshman year of college. It took me 2 years to make it back. Pitched a year there, didn't get drafted. Pitched another year there. Didn't hear my name called on the second year. Was waiting, and then a few days after the draft, I got a call from a scout in Tampa, and he offered me a contract, and I signed it. And here I am, almost 10 years later.
I was 17 when I got drafted and graduated, so I was on my own at 17. Luckily, I was pretty mature for my age, I felt like, and I made the most of it.
Definitely had to grow up quick. I was 17 when I was drafted, and had to go to Tampa right away and playing rookie ball and living on my own for the first time. So you go through a lot of life-changing experiences right off the bat.
Any advice for the guys who are sweating it out the next 3 days, waiting to get picked?
Just have fun playing right now. Let all that other stuff take care of of itself. At the end of the day, if you're talented enough, you'll have plenty of opportunities, and when those opportunities come, just make the most of it.
Yeah, I mean, don't stress about the draft too much. That's only one small piece of the puzzle. You know, once you're with an organization, that's where the work really starts.
Guys are going to be drafted in front of you. You know, a lot of guys don't pan out. So it's kind of up to you and, you know, desire to, if you want to do it, go out there and work hard and make it happen.
Enjoy the experience and make it as fun as possible. You know, it's no reason to stress over it. You know, once you get drafted and, you know, get to the park, that's when the hard work comes in.
It's a very stressful day, and not everyone gets to go in the first 2 days knowing they're going to get picked. So, yeah, just hang in there, be tough, and if you don't go, be ready to go next year.
Thanks again, Annie, and to all the Padres players for sharing your draft day memories. Well, there's still lots more to come on Padres POV.
Watching Ozzie Smith, because that's the comparisons I get with this kid.
We check out a very special Padres Plays of the Week Draft Day edition. Plus, Padres scout Sam Ray joins me in studio and shares what goes on behind the scenes on draft day.
I think we're very excited about the future of our organization.
But first, let's test your knowledge with some Padres POV trivia. With the 3rd overall pick in the 2017 draft, who did your Friars take? Is it A, Cal Quantrill, B, Trey Turner, or is it C, Mackenzie Gore? Stay tuned, we'll tell you right after the break.
Basically, school would be there whenever baseball is over, and this could be a once-in-a-lifetime deal. So I didn't tell the team, but by the time I was drafted, I was 100% going to sign pretty much no matter what.
Welcome back to Padres POV. Before the break, we asked you, with the 3rd overall pick in the 2017 MLB draft, who did your Friars take? Let's go to Padres coordinator of amateur scouting, Sam Ray, for the answer.
Last year we drafted Mackenzie Gore as a premium athlete, left-handed pitcher, 90-96 with plus command of 3 pitches.
San Diego sports fans, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Fox Sports San Diego's original show, Inside San Diego Sports. It airs every Tuesday, and this week they highlight the Padres Coach of the Year presented by Fox Sports San Diego.
The 2018 San Diego Coach of the Year, James Davis from Granite Hills High School.
Of course, if you want to keep up with all of the latest videos, shows, and articles, make sure to check out foxsportssandiego.com. Now, Padres fans, it's time to check out the Padres' future stars with your Plays of the Week.
You know, every single year we talk about it all the time. You've got to hit on the draft every year. If you have a really good draft, you look up 3 or 4 years and there's always an impact.
Ryan Weathers, Tennessee Baseball Player of the Year.
Well, he gets the glove side so exceptionally well for a high school lefty.
Watching Ozzie Smith, because that's the comparisons I get with this kid.
He's going to hit. I mean, he puts the ball in play, so quick with the hands. So far, so good for the Padres, and we have them as the best farm system in all of baseball, and they continue to go for upside.
We're all so excited to see what these Friar draft picks will bring to the club in years to come. Well, stick around because just ahead, we recap the 2018 Padres draft class.
A guy from our standpoint, we think, is was obviously one of the best high school pitchers in the country this year.
And sit down with Padres scout Sam Ray in studio.
I think every team the day after the draft feels really good about what they did because, they took the players that they liked the most.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Padres POV.
stressed the whole day because I didn't hear a phone call. I didn't have an agent at the time either, so I just kind of was in the dark. But yeah, I was just watching my brother play, just watching my phone the whole time, seeing who the Padres were picking because they were really the only ones talking to me at the time. So every time they picked someone, I was just like, oh no, it's just time's ticking. I don't even know if I'm going to go at this point. But yeah, fortunately I went in the 20th round, and yeah, it all worked out.
Welcome back to Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane, still hanging out here in our Fox Sports San Diego studios for the POV Draft Edition. This week was an exciting time for the Padres organization as they made 41 selections in the 2018 draft. There was a lot to keep up with, so to help you out, take a look at the 2018 Padres Draft Review.
On behalf of Major League Baseball, it's a pleasure to welcome you to the MLB Network and our 2018 draft. The San Diego Padres have the next selection.
Every single year, we talk about it all the time. You've got to hit on the draft every year. If you have a really good draft, you look up 3 or 4 years and there's always an impact.
Our scouts work tirelessly and do an amazing job at getting background on guys.
It's a fairly deep draft. I mean, I would say like there's a little plateau at top. There's a lot of depth of good quality talent, and I think it goes fairly deep into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 10th round.
With the 7th selection of the 2018 MLB Draft, the San Diego Padres select Ryan Weathers.
Like this pick, guys. Listen, Ryan Weathers, Tennessee Baseball Player of the Year. I really like him. I think once he gets in the system, gets the feel for what he's trying to do, and continue to progress through a minor league system, this guy's going to be a fine big league pitcher someday.
And I think he was just named the Gatorade National High School Player of the Year. I mean, a guy we're very excited to select, and a lot of time and effort went into scouting him, but a guy from our standpoint, we think, is was obviously one of the best high school pitchers in the country this year, and another premium lefty that we add to the system.
Hello, I'm Tony Gwynn Jr. With the 38th selection of the 2018 MLB Draft, the San Diego Padres select Xavier Edwards, shortstop from North Broward Prep High School, Coconut Creek, Florida.
Honestly, it's a pretty surreal moment. I mean, it's something I've always dreamed of, and it's finally here. The first step in the right direction, so I can only thank my friends, family, and God first and foremost, so thank you.
Really dynamic up-the-middle player here in Edwards, so far so good for the Padres, and we have them as the best farm system in all of baseball.
Hopefully this is the last year we're picking in the top 10. We'll see what happens.
Well, now that we had a chance to review the Padres 2018 draft class, I am so excited to welcome into our Fox Sports San Diego studios Padres coordinator of amateur scouting, Sam Ray. Sam, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
Now, a busy week for you, 41 players selected. Have you gotten any sleep, and are you happy with the draft class?
Not a ton of sleep, but after 40th round, I think we're very excited about the future of our organization. We're able to bring in a lot of young, talented players, high school, college, junior college, and we're really excited for this class.
Now, you spoke about some of the younger players, the 1st round draft pick, Ryan Weathers. What did you guys see in him that led you to make that decision?
Well, Ryan Weathers, a big left-handed pitcher. That's always a good start. His dad was a big leaguer for 19 years. He's got bloodlines. He pitched on all the big tournaments, always took the ball in big spots. And we just thought, like, inside and out, like winner on the field, and the toughness and that we really covet in young high school pitching.
Now, your 2nd pick went to Xavier Edwards. What stood out about his skill set? I know looking at some tape, he's got some wheels.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when the first time you see Xavier, the first thing that jumps out is his speed. Switch hitter. We always covet middle of the field players. He's a shortstop. Kind of same with Ryan. Like, just the person, like, we really bought into his work ethic and leadership and character. We just really thought it was a great value pick there. We didn't know if he was going to get to our 2nd pick, and we were really ecstatic when he did.
This is not just a one-week job. This is year-round. So what is it like for you and all of the Padres scouts throughout the year?
So, I mean, if we go back a year to 2017, the day after the draft ended, some of our scouts are literally starting on next year's draft. So 2017 draft ends, and literally the next week our scouts are out at these high school tournaments, the Cape Cod League, some of the other bigger summer collegiate leagues scouting starting the process for next year's draft.
And do you know off the top of your head how many Padres scouts are there, and in how many countries now are you guys scouting?
So our amateur scouting staff, we have 17 area scouts around the country. The scouts areas are really determined kind of by player saturation. So in the middle of the country where the players are more spread out, those guys might cover a couple of states. Whereas in California, Texas, Florida, we have multiple scouts in each of those states because there's just more player saturation. So they're all spread out and grinding and logging a lot of miles on the cars.
I can imagine.
A lot of hotel nights.
So many people, the draft ends and they immediately want to put a grade on how the Padres did.
Right.
But for you guys, I mean, when do you finally give yourself an official grade on the draft class?
The day after the draft is just, it's impossible to grade it out right away. You know, I think a lot of the pundits kind of think like right away they want to put this grade based on their rankings. And that's just kind of unfair. You know, I think you want to look probably, I think 3 years out, you probably have a pretty good gauge of some of your hits, some of your misses. I think every team the day after the draft feels really good about what they did because, you know, they took the players that they liked the most. You know, 3-4 years from now, we can look back and say, hey, maybe we undervalued this guy, or hey, man, we got this guy in the 8th round and now he's turning into a star, you know. So a lot of these things you look back a couple years from now, I mean, if you look back at our drafts from, you know, 2015, 16, you know, Joey Lucchese and Eric Lauer already in the big leagues, you know.
Incredible.
So, I mean, that was kind of they got there really fast, you know, and so it's just tough to tell. But I think you know, today we are really happy. We got 41 players that we really liked, top to bottom as a staff. And I think going forward, it'll be really exciting to watch these kids play.
Absolutely. Well, Sam, thank you so much for your time. Congrats to all of you in the Padres organization.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to seeing how these players develop. So
Awesome.
Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
I
Lisa.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate all of you for tuning in to Padres POV. That does it for our special Draft Day edition. I'm Lisa Lane. Cue that rollout. What's up, San Diego?
I mean, it's just higher class players. Come on, better personalities and better looking.
Thanks so much, Lisa. And you know, with it being it, ready?
Oh, dude, come on. You're in the middle of my interview right now. I'm ready. Here, anything that can help my 60, you know what I mean?
Home run.